Hey guys, this is Ken's 97 Stow 171. This is going to be my first trucking video. I just pulled into the truck stop here to get the camera all mounted. I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm driving a 2005 Volvo VN670. It's got a Cummins, a 15-liter Cummins ISX engine in it. It's making 450 horsepower at 1700 RPM and I believe 1600 pound-feet of torque. That's 1600 pound-feet of torque at I believe 1200 RPM. It's got a Eaton Super 10 transmission, the Lightning series. Super 10 automatically shifts from low to high. You just flip the switch on the shifter lever here and you let off the gas. As soon as there's no load on the transmission, it shifts up to the next gear. Flip the switch back down, drop the gear down, and it goes to the next gear. And then it's got a top 2 option where it automatically switches between 9th and 10th gear without you having to do anything. Figured I'd give you a little acceleration run there without me yapping. We're got a load going from Georgetown to Madison, Indiana, and it's going to be a little boring here for a few minutes. This is State Route 1039 that runs over to across the Ohio River, right near Belterra Casino, and then we're going to take Indiana 154 along the Ohio River into Madison. I don't know if you guys watch the news. If you're not from our local tri-state area, you probably wouldn't hear it, but a few weeks ago, the Madison, Indiana's courthouse caught fire. It's kind of unfortunate. The building was 154 years old, and they had been working on it, doing some renovations, preparing for Courthouse Day. I guess every year they celebrate Courthouse Day, and they have vendors and food, and they have a car show down on the river, and they sort of celebrate the courthouse. Well, the courthouse caught fire, I think on like Wednesday, and the Courthouse Day was scheduled for that weekend. So it certainly put a damper on the celebrations. But kind of sad to see an old building like that burn down. There were some welders up on the dome of the courthouse, and something caught fire, and the fire actually didn't break out till much later in the evening, so I guess something got hot and stayed hot, and a little bit of wood started smoldering, and it finally caught fire about 6 o'clock in the morning. Took out the dome and most of the roof, and don't know what they're going to do with the building. I'm sure it's a complete mess inside. Once we get over off of this route here, 1039, it's going to go over the Markland Dam, and then it'll come to an intersection. And once we get to that point, the video should get a little more interesting. It's a nice country back road. Not exactly fun to drive in a big rig, especially at night, but it is scenic, and it's twisty and windy, and plenty to see and talk about. So once we get to that point, the video should get a little bit more interesting. I started the video early, just figured give me a chance to talk about my truck and trucking in general before we get to the scenic part. I've been driving a truck since I guess I started in 2005 with Schneider National. I got my CDL through them. Drove for Schneider for 2 years, which when I left and came home, my mom had got sick, so I took some medical leave and ended up not going back. Drove a local Class B box truck for about a year, and then decided to go back on the road and started working for this company. And I'm home every weekend now, which is pretty good. It works out pretty well. This entire week I've been actually home every night. I've been doing this run from Georgetown to Madison and then back, and then do a short hop down to Lexington, Kentucky, and grab a load going back to Cincinnati, Ohio, and then I just go back to Florence, Kentucky and park for the night, and then I do it again. I've been doing that all week, so about 420 miles a day. And this week I've been doing it at night, so I work from like 6 o'clock in the, between 3:30 and 4 in the afternoon. 3:30 to 4 in the afternoon. This is the Markland Dam, by the way. There's the locks. And the Ohio River there. So I start about 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon, and I finish about 3:30 or 4 in the morning. It's a good 12-hour day every day. Just so you guys know, there's no safety concerns with me videoing. I've got a ball cap that I'm wearing, and cut some slits in the bill of the ball cap, and then zip tied my camera to the ball cap, so it pretty much goes where I look, but doesn't interfere with my vision, keeps my hands free.